Well, we have received the first amount of measurable white stuff. We've got about now maybe 4.5 inches of snow here. Tim's got the trailer inside. We'll show you what he's doing with that. And then we're going to pull the trailer out and bring the truck back in. We've got 2 tires that we're going to go ahead and replace. On this rear drive axle, we replaced the ones on the left side the other day, and the front drive axle. Those tires are pretty good. So we'll show you what we're doing in the shop here. On this Diller trailer, a few weeks ago, ended up having a brake cam over on this front right lift axle. We were able to put a new drum on there. However, I did not have brake shoes. We now have new brake shoes, so we're going to go ahead and get them on. I've got a new brake drum that we can put on the other side, and the stud that I broke here, I didn't have the right one, so we've got to get the right stud back in there. And Tim's also replacing a lift axle tire, so he's getting it aired up. We don't really want to talk about the chopper because we're waiting for parts. So he's going to go ahead and hit this with a cheetah. If you put that tire right against the hub,
well,
it won't. Yeah, but it's going to bounce back. The other way you could do it is put it against the forks. Yeah, I'll show you.
Put it on the hub, but
turn it around. There you go, just like that.
yeah, we got the
So that works best if you have your tire that way. Usually you can that's probably gonna, that might take air. No,
I'll
it
tell
won't.
you earlier.
That works best if you have it this way, and then it can't tip over on you. Sometimes if you take and put it on the hub of the truck or trailer, it'll work as well. There, now all he's got to do is get some wind installed in there.
So you didn't want to do the ether trick? Like
No, that's illegal.
YouTubes
That's illegal.
everywhere in the country, or?
I don't know. If you get in an accident and you have a blowout, they'll test that tire, and if you have used ether on it,
And it blows out, that's your fault.
could be involved in a lawsuit.
Typical.
Yeah. All right. Now we'll talk about the chopper here for a second. We are waiting for some bearings still, and the center shaft for the head where it comes into this bearing assembly. We had to send both shafts out to get machined so that it fits that bearing a little better. And we'll have to show you how that all goes together once we get the parts back here. So I've gotten about as far as I could get on this, and we actually need to pull it out of here and get something else in here and get working on it. So these guys will get the parts swapped out of this trailer and get the truck in here. All right, we just got Tim back up and going here. We ended up replacing the brakes on the lift axle, the brake shoes that is, and we ended up replacing the brake drum on the left side along with the lift axle tire on the left. We also ended up putting a set of new drive tires on the back right rear axle of the C500. The other day he had a blowout. We put 2 brand new ones on the left side, And on the front axle, those tires are in a little better shape. We have not rotated them tires quick enough, and the back tires were wore quite a bit more than the front. And this time we won't have to rotate them either, and the new tires that are on the back should catch up to the drive tires that are on the front axle in just a short amount of time. So as you can see, there's a little bit of water on the floor here because we're dealing with the snow melt on the trailer and the truck, and that is just what we have to deal with. Alex and I are on our way out to, or we're gonna head out to Tracy Road Equipment. She's hiding around the corner of the building there. We're gonna head out to Tracy Road Equipment. They have the Freightliner truck that Alex, or the one that Sarah drives, done, and we'll talk about what they did with that when we get out there. You ready to roll? You've been on some long parts runs these last couple days, huh? Yeah. So, little vacations? Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to head out to our area Freightliner dealership, which is Tracy Road Equipment. It's in East Syracuse. And they called here a little while ago, and we've got a little bit of salt on the roads, but the roads are drying up pretty good. What'd you see earlier for wetness on the road? They drying up pretty good? Yeah. She ended up taking a template down to steel sails that I need to put new kicker plates in the mixer wagon, and we're having them made out of 1/2-inch hard ox material. We've been using 1/4 inch, and they only last about 6 months, so we better get going, huh? All right, so I just went into the service department, and the work that they had performed here was all warranty work, and we'll talk about that once we get on the road. We're just gonna kind of take a ride through the lot here. They've got some trucks over at their body shop department, their body builder department here. Looks like that was a service truck that I had my eye on there. There's a brand new SD 114, or a 114 SD like we have right there. And then most of these trucks are probably sold, and then they're upfitting them with either dump boxes or rollbacks or sewer vacuum units or whatever. That guy just fell right out of his truck. My God, he is cleaning all of his stuff out. We had missed that. Oh my God. Maybe I did get that on camera. I don't know. I was kind of looking over my left shoulder. I was looking I had the camera going to the right, and I was looking to the left. And I was like, oh my God, that guy's cleaning a lot of junk out of that truck there. But at any rate, they've got a lot of stuff out here. Looks like a rollover right there. That's a SD 122, maybe. So this is their actual body shop here. And they've got all kinds of stuff in here getting ready to be fixed up. Oh, look at that truck there. That Mavis discount tire truck is yeah. So Alex is gonna drop me off to the salvage truck. We're gonna go ahead and get it home. Suit coat's got some trailers in here. Where the heck was it? There it is right there. Well, hang around here for a minute, make sure it starts. All right. Get this thing washed, will ya?
Yeah, seriously.
So they had this truck down to the lagoon the other day, and it was parked a little too close, And we'll just say the manure truck coughed on it a little bit, so we got it spattered with manure, and she's gonna wash it. High crime neighborhood, you gotta lock the cab. Beautiful. We have no check engine lights. Now, back when we were getting this truck put together to put the box on it, one day I went to start it and it wouldn't start. So we changed the fuel filters, did that whole game there and screwed around with that. Still wouldn't start. So I called up these guys. They had a mechanic that would come out to your shop because I didn't want to have the truck towed out here because I had work left to do on the truck. We didn't quite need it, but I didn't want it tied up out here, and then if it was out here I couldn't work on it at all. You know, couldn't get hydraulics put onto it and whatever else like that. So guy come out and he determined that the injectors were bad. Well, all right, I don't know how they could just go from working to not working, but he said something with fuel rail pressure or fuel pressure or something like that, that the computer was getting a false reading that it wasn't getting enough or whatever, and it would not allow the truck to start. I said, well, if that's something that, you know, you think it needs, we'll have to go ahead and do it. Well, he gets 6 injectors, puts them in, and it cost us $8 grand. But it's quite an extensive job to put injectors in these Detroit engines, and you have to recalibrate them or something. It's an involved process to do it. And I seen he had a computer hooked up the whole time he was working on it and whatever. So while he was working on it, he ended up screwing up one of the coolant lines that went to, I think it went to the diesel exhaust fluid setup. There's coolant that runs through the diesel exhaust unit to keep the diesel exhaust fluid thawed out in the winter time, and he broke one of them goofy fittings, and the company here warranted the lines because their mechanic broke them. Well, they're fragile anyways, and I thought that was pretty good that they paid for the coolant lines that went to the diesel exhaust fluid system. So he had to come out twice to work on it, got it done, and then we started using it throughout the silage season. However, there my brakes have built up air pressure now, and that alarm is off, and we are ready to hit the road here, and we can kind of talk at you once we get out on the road here. We don't have to sit here. All right, so once we got the truck up and going, it had a check engine light that came on right away. And the other one did the same thing. And once we got to using it, it was fine. And I just figured it was from all of the startup and shutdowns from when the dealer that I bought it from, maybe from when they took it in from the place where they got it from, I don't know. And the starting and shutting down from the work that we were doing on it. I figured it just needed to be exercised, because the other one, the check engine light ended up going off on that one after we got working it. However, this one, well, it wasn't a check engine light. It was just an engine caution light, and there's also another caution light that has a engine check next to it. So there's actually two check engine lights, and that could mean a variety of things. And this one had both engine lights on it. However, once in a while, when Sarah started the day, it wouldn't have any check engine lights on it at all, and then she'd get a couple hours into the day and one light would come on, then maybe a second light, so on and so forth. So I had the mechanic come out to take a look at it again, and he said, you know what, number 3 injector is just not responding to, it's just throwing a code. And that's what was happening, is the injector number 3 was just not responding correctly, and it was tripping the engine code, and that's why we were getting engine lights on it. And they ended up warrantying the work, which I'm glad they did, because it was a $8,000 job, and it was rather expensive. But I had also wondered, you know, well, maybe it's just a dosing component or something, and maybe it was something to do with it not going through. Actually, it wouldn't be dosing, because it's using diesel exhaust fluid. I'm getting my terminology mixed up here, but I thought maybe there was something wrong with the DEF system, and the fact that maybe it wasn't going through diesel exhaust fluid. This was early on now. I had gotten ahead of myself here, but at any rate, it was going through diesel exhaust fluid, because a couple days she was watching the gauge here, which is a gauge for the diesel exhaust fluid, and it was going through diesel exhaust fluid, so that was a good sign. And there had been some issues online that I read about the something to do with the diesel exhaust fluid system. You could run a problem with something building too much heat or something, and it wouldn't allow the diesel exhaust fluid to work correctly. So we might as well go ahead and get back to the farm, but it actually seems like it has more power. We were kind of wondering if this wasn't slightly derated, because the other one has got more power than this one. So we'll have to put the two of them next to each other and see how they do now that this one has been corrected. I don't know why I don't know why we had to have the injectors replaced just within minutes of buying it, but you know what? Sometimes that's just the way things work out. So we're going to be getting on 690 up here, and actually there's the mechanic right there that worked on this truck out to our farm. That was him. So let's go ahead and get back to the farm and get working on the projects we have at hand. Well, we are rolling up to Cards Corners here. We are exactly 5 miles away from home, and every time I come through this intersection, I get a red light. Once in a while I'll get a green light, but it is very rare. So that is the Finally Ours restaurant right across the road. A couple times a week I frequent there for breakfast. Excellent food. Excellent food. This farm here to our left is the Cardwell farm. We have rented this farm since the, oh boy, I'm gonna say late 60s. My grandfather was real good friends with Morris Cardwell, and when Morris quit milking cows, He ended up having all this land come up available. My grandfather started renting it. And when my father took over, we kind of, you know, had full reins on it. And it has been in our family for, well, it's not been in our family. We have had control of it or have farmed it for over 50 years. So we are just running up to, or just heading into 13 curves here right now. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, this is the most that I've driven these Freightliner trucks. I've actually driven this one more than the other one, because I haven't driven the other one at all, except for a little bit of, I might have taken, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I might have taken a load of corn or two home with one of them or the other. I don't remember which. But at any rate, I have driven this one more than the other one, because I have driven this one out to Tracy Road Equipment, and now we are making our return trip home right now. Now back in 2000, I don't know if it was 18 or 19, or anyway, at any rate, truck 8 got flipped over on this corner with a load of silage. This is Dead Man's Corner right here. One of our guys come around this corner. I didn't stop in time, but he come around that corner, rolled the truck over, and dumped a load of silage down in that creek right there. And there is a bunch of videos where I had repaired that truck. The insurance company totaled it. We ended up buying it back from insurance, from the insurance company, and I ended up repairing it. Put a new hood on it, fixed the cab corner, repainted the box, so on and so forth. So these Freightliner trucks that we have, they are 2014s. They are 114 SDs. In other words, they are 114 inch from the center of the front axle to the back of the cab. They are, I don't know if they're SD 114s or 114 SDs, but that's what that's how Kenworth is modeling their trucks now, or have been for quite a while. These trucks both have the Detroit engines in them. They are DD13s, so they are 13-liter Detroit diesels. And like I had talked earlier, this one had a injector issue. Whether it had one or two injectors that were bad, it might have only had one injector that was bad when we had them replaced here back in whenever that was, August or whatever. But Detroit advises, if you're in there, just do them all, because if you have one fail now, one's going to fail later. Everything's going to fall out of synchronization, and replace them all. So that's what they did. Like I said, Detroit DD13s, they are rated at 450 horsepower, and they both have the Allison 6-speed transmissions. Now, we're going through some curvy road here. It's only like 35 or 40 through here, and these trucks have done exceptionally well for us for the amount of silage and high moisture corn and haylage that the girls have hauled with these trucks. We couldn't ask for a better performing silage truck. They have worked out very well. Let's see here. We had about 126 or 129 loads of dry corn ended up going into Genoa, and Alex hauled the majority of that corn with these two automatics. I haven't, I know how many tons there is. I haven't separated the trucks to figure out what hauled what. But at any rate, she would have done a majority of the trucking because she was going early in the morning, and some days she was hauling, most days she was hauling 4 loads a day. So we are just about to the farm now, and like I said, these trucks have worked out really well for us. We did have a problem with the injectors on this one, but that is just the way the cookie crumbles. The previous life that it had, maybe they didn't use the greatest fuel on it, but they should both perform exceptionally well for us, and if we put the injectors in it now, we'll never have to do it again. However, the other truck, that's got a few less miles on it. Someday we might have to put brand new injectors in it. We don't know. You just never know. So we'll get back to the shop here. I didn't get a lot of work done today. I had some minor interruptions along the way, between putting tires and brakes on the one trailer and truck to working on a couple other problems. Tim had an issue with some hydraulic lines on the back of one of the straight trucks that we fixed, and I had a couple of small meetings here as the day progressed. So it is the Christmas season here, and it is just what you have to put up with everything that is going on. It is December 23rd, and this is the first, like I was talking earlier this morning, this is the first measurable amount of snow. Now here is, I don't know who that is. That's Garrett. Garrett running the 7930 and the V-spreader. Now, they are, I was going to say they are just about out of manure, but they are out of manure. I gotta get rid of my seatbelt here so I can jump out. No directional, there's no car behind me, so don't worry about it. So there is the crawler parked right there. Garrett was running that, and they're out of manure, meaning they cannot agitate anymore with, what do we got, junior load manure. We can't agitate anymore with the crawler. So I need to actually run over while Tim's loading here. If I can get out of here and walk. My back is horrible. So we've got the noon pump set up. That is running across the ground here to the load cart, and Tim is running the agitation on the trailer so that he keeps the manure in suspension. Keeping ahead of it, buddy.
Yeah, we're sucking air now.
Sucking air.
Yeah.
Even out of the noon. Yeah, Jared said the James way couldn't suck anymore. So
Yeah, that one got a little bit more.
yeah. So Jared had called me on my way out to East Syracuse, and he said he could not pump any more manure with this James way pump. Now we bought these pumps new, or we bought one of these pumps new. It had a different style pump on it, and the fan was right on the end of the stick. These are we changed both of them to bottom draw, and that will pump it down to, well, that is a 11L15 tire right there, and the manure is down to about where the dust cap is. or the axle is on that 11L15, so you can kind of there's maybe a foot of manure left in there. And then on this noon pump, that pump will actually reach the bottom a little closer, and he's starting to suck air right there too as well. And Andrew is loading sand right now with the telehandler and the spreaders. He must have loaded Garrett, and now he's loading himself. He's digging up sand off the ramp here, and then we'll have to continue to go into the lagoon a little farther. You can see there's some sand on that far side there. Got liquid in the center. They'll be able to haul a little bit of liquid out here maybe tomorrow morning, but right now we're to the point where we can't haul, can't suck any more solids out of here, so they're dipping, or can't haul any liquid out of here, so they're dipping the solids out of here right now. So this is all sand right here. The liquid is more or less left it, and this is what we bed with, so that's what we're dealing with. And being that we've got some time and we don't have a lot of material left in here, Jared wants to go through and he just wants to dig it out, clean it out, so that we don't have the accumulation in here. I know some of you have asked what has happened with the window on the telehandler. Well, that side vertical window there, the glue come off of it, and Nate put it in the shop here the other day. And then the bottom window on the door, that we weren't so lucky with that one. The glue let go on that, and the window hit the ground and broke. So they need to use a better glue. I think what happens is they haven't painted, they didn't paint the metal good enough, and rust got in between the glue and the metal, and the glass kind of let go here. I could back this spreader down in for him, and he wouldn't have to travel so far. Let's see how much he's got in here. Yeah, he's just about loaded. One more bucket load. So I guess that's where we're gonna leave off with you. They're gonna have to start backing the spreaders down in so they don't have to travel so far. But this should be the last bucket load for Junior here, and that's gonna be it with this video, I guess. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and hope you get everything you asked for from Santa Claus, and we'll catch you at the next one. That was appropriate. All right, Alex is back here with the white truck, and as you can see, she's got it nice and clean. She ended up cheating. She stopped at Delta Sonic in Fairmount, And they did a pretty good job. I did have to go around it with a rag and clean off some of the manure stains. But they didn't do too bad. They're not used to cleaning up manure. Now, in some of the past videos, some of you have noticed this truck in the background. This truck here belongs to the farm. It's not my personal vehicle. This truck belongs to the farm. The farm owns 3 trucks. This one, a 2019 Chevy pickup. That truck is black. And this service truck here. Those are the 3 pickups that the farm owns. Any other pickup you see are personal vehicles that are either mine, my brother's, my nephew's, Jared's, or the employees. This truck is a 2021 F-250 with the XL package. It has just the rubber floor mats and the vinyl seats. Perfect for a farm truck. Back when we were looking for a vehicle to replace a couple of the older farm trucks that we had, this was about really the only thing that stood out. This truck come out of, I believe it was Pennsylvania. My brother David found this truck online, and he took care of purchasing it for the farm. It has the 6.2 liter gas engine in it, and it has the 8-foot box. The 2019 Chevy that we have, that has the shorter cab. This is the actual crew cab. There is quite a bit more room here in the back of this truck compared to the Chevy. However, this one also has the 8-foot box like I was talking about, and it's got a lot more usable space in behind the fuel tank. I ended up taking this truck to Watertown to pick up some parts for the chopper back in the mid part of September, and I got like, I don't know, I think it was right around 13-14 miles to the gallon. This configuration does pretty well on fuel mileage, and so far it's been a real good truck. The one truck that we replaced it with was a 2008 F-250. What'd you guys think of the 2008 F-250? It was an absolute turd, wasn't it? I don't think if anybody owned that 2008 F-250 that we had, you would never buy a Ford again, would you?
Probably not. I wouldn't buy one still.
Oh, come on now. We can't hurt on them too much. So this has been a good truck. Sarge here just pulled up with his truck. He picked this truck up a short time ago. And this is a, I forget what he said it is. It's a 2016 maybe. It's a Ram 1500, and it is blacked out. Kind of like my truck is. It's the older body style, but it looks really good. It has the old Hemi in it, and it's a nice looking truck. So that's gonna do her. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you to the next one. How do you like the truck there, bud?
It's a lot better than that GMC.
Oh, come on, you can't. We're not beating up on anybody here. We're in the Christmas spirit. We can't beat up on these guys too much, you know?
You should know by now. It's Mopar or no car.
That's right.